Capricorn, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early January 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Cappies out there. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic in your season. So let's see what's up, my guys. Talk to me. Early January, what's happening as we start off a brand new year? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for the Capricorns. And while we get this first card out, I just want to wish you all a very happy birthday from me to you. It's one of the best times of year. It is Capricorn season. So I'm hoping you have a fabulous birthday, my friends, whether it's just passed or whether it's coming up. Okay, beautiful. This is a big card of spiritual protection, and it could allude to the larger life's journey. So I really like when this card is here because it's really speaking about your spirit team and the strength and influence they might have on what you're going through right now. But before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the January subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about this card a little bit. So depicted here, we see this individual dressed in red. Notice the white birds kind of holding him up by a rope. So there's a lot of symbolism packed in here. All the clouds in the sky, that does allude to spirit. Generally in symbolism, white birds, they represent angelic light source type of energy. So guides, spirit team, ancestors. And notice that they're guiding this person as they move along. So whenever we start a reading with this card, I feel like it's good reassurance from spirit that, like, hey, Capricorn needs to know that they're being helped, they're being looked after, they are loved, they are not alone. So this is a big card of spiritual protection, and I really love it. And you might sense that in the air right now, like your spirit team being around you. Like there's a sensitivity to this card. But once again, I did also mention that this alludes to the larger journey of life. I know these readings that I do are week to week, but this one is more of like a broad scale of the life's journey. So for a lot of Capricorns in the coming days and weeks, you might be looking at the big picture of life or things happening that could affect your big picture, larger journey. So we're just going to put that down over there. I feel like I could keep reading messages, but let's get you some tarot now. And I always say the first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. Let's get you 3 cards in the upright. Then we'll get into the intuitive juiciness. So let's shuffle it up one time here for you, Capricorn. And while we get the deck ready, let's talk about last week's reading. It was looking pretty positive. It was a nice little shift. Last week's reading was titled A Big Offer. And just as you know, pardon me, these energies could bleed over into the coming weeks. So if you didn't receive an offer or an opportunity of some kind, that's still in the air for a lot of the Capricorn collective. It was really nice energy. So we're going to see if it still sticks around for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone that you're linked to. Let's get it going now. Get you 3 cards to start off the new year. What's happening with my Cappies? All right, quick. All right, this is a little stern. You might be about your business here. King of Swords, position number 1. Get him tucked in right here by the amethyst. Let's get a couple more out, then we'll start to build this story. Very stern, intellectual, strategic type of energy. Okay, Death card. Don't be nervous about this card. I actually see this as a big, big positive, and it does talk about the cycles of life. It could be karmic archetypes we're looking at here. Let's get one more. One more. And it makes sense now with that first card, and now we're getting karmic archetypes. We're looking at the big picture. So I like that. 10 of Pentacles. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful card right here on the back end. This is like everything. All right, Capricorn, we have an interesting one on our hands here. I like the elemental mix we have going on. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get into the juicy, intuitive stuff. So at first look, first glance, we have a little bit of everything, right? We have some air, we have some water energy, we have some earth. This could be different areas of life showing up for us here. We have a karmic card. We have a card of happy endings, wish fulfillment, completions, level ups, and a possible individual here. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all meshes together. But let's go through one by one and really start to build this story out. Position number 1, we do have the King of Swords. Now, remember, these aren't gender specific. So when I see King energy, they represent control of their respective suits. So the King of Swords represents communication and the mind, right? That's what sword energy is. So there is some sort of control around talks, communicating, or how someone thinks. This is a very strategic type of card. So when I see the King of Swords, it could be someone planning, strategizing, and it is very stern. Similar to the Queen of Swords, this is a no BS, no nonsense, straightforward to the point type of energy. Some of you might just simply be connected to an air sign, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but this King of Swords is just about his business. So for a lot of you, you might be taking something very seriously, or it's just strict in its ways. It's not a bad type of card. It's extremely intellectual. So when I see it starting off here, it kind of does set that tone that there could be something you're taking very seriously, or you need to. A lot of strategy here in the beginning. However, as we move to the center, we have the Death card. It's a misconcepted, or there's a lot of misconceptions, that's a better way to phrase it, around the Death card. Scorpio energy. Okay, so you might be connected to Scorpio. If not, this is all about rebirth. This isn't a card that's just about endings. Now, it can represent endings, right? A story closing, a chapter closing. We are towards the beginning of a new year, so this could represent the past, things that have happened in the past. But when I see this card, I think of resurrection, similar to Phoenix. So something being reborn, remade. One thing ends, a new thing begins. So we look at that big cycle. That's why I said this kind of alludes to the big picture of life, the journey. So for a portion of you, yeah, maybe there are some things that are closing out here or ending. That's a possibility. Now, every card has challenges. Every card has positives. A challenge of this Death card is that it can represent change, things that we can't control, things that are out of our hands sometimes, like things that are shifting and there's nothing we could do about it. But once again, it is a karmic-based type of card. So we could be looking at karmic archetypes, right? Whether it is the cycle of life, whether it's karmic individuals that came into our life to teach us a lesson, whether it's just people getting served up a dose of karma. It all really depends on what the clarifiers are. Moving to the back end, though, we have a beautiful energy to end us off here. We have the 10 of Pentacles. Now, one thing I will say in numerology, 10s generally represent completion. So when I have a card like the Death card, now a 10 of Pentacles, this, of course, could represent the close of something or achieving a goal. So for a lot of you, yeah, you might be very goal-oriented, goal-minded in this time, which is a really good thing. 10 of Pentacles to me is a level up. You could be getting influxes of money. This is a lot of stability. This is what we all yearn for and work for, right? This is a great, great card. Now, other things that could be represented with the 10 of Pentacles, family. It could represent your home, where you live, living situation. So there could be matters like that on your mind. Sometimes even work. But generally, when I see the 10 of Pentacles, I just think of it as like a win, a victory, or a beautiful completion. Attaining a goal or something that you really want. So it's beautiful wish fulfillment energy that we have on the back end. So as you could see, as we sweep through the energy, it's like stern, serious about their business, this karmic shifting change in the center, boom, into the completion, the win, the victory. We're looking okay so far. So I really want to dive deeper on all this, Capricorn. Let's jump in and clarify. All right. Let's get a good shuffle here for you, my friends, and see what's happening. My gods, talk to me about Capricorn. And yes, if this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that King of Swords here. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Capricorn, you can drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, King of Swords time. What could this strategy be? What is this person taking so serious? Let's see why that king is in the mix. Please and thank you. And like I said, it could be a communication of some sort. We'll see. Thank you. Three of Swords, huh? Okay. This could be a bit of an issue or a problem. When I see this right here in the front end, Three of Swords, very common card to see, but notice it's another air card. So I would say watch out for conflict or people like saying mean or nasty things. You might lose your patience with an individual in the coming days and weeks. So keep that in mind. Like you might just be over something. Okay, that's another vibe here, because when I see this surrounded by the Death card, we'll see as we progress further through the reading, but this is an iconic card. You know, the Three of Swords is someone hurting, okay? Someone going through some pain. I don't feel like this is someone strategizing some get back or anything like that. We'll see when we get to the karmic card. But the Three of Swords is somebody really going through something. So the main vibe I'm picking up here, there might be a serious situation going on or a problem of some sort. A big problem could be in the mix that we'll really want to look into further, because we still have beautiful results and good things towards the back end of the reading. But whoever this is, with the King of Swords energy clarified by the Three of Swords, not a happy camper. Okay, so it could also just be someone that's angry, upset, or mad. We'll really need to see how it all plays out. I don't feel like this is a super complicated energy that we need to keep decoding. It's very strict and to the point, right? For a portion of you, if you're not connected to an air sign, this could be someone who has been hurt quite a bit in the past, right? Like someone who's detaching themselves from emotions. It's like, I've been hurt one too many times. So if you run into someone that's very, very cold, it's not that they don't feel, it's that they've felt too much in the past. Let's keep moving, because now it's starting to become a little overwhelming. I'm getting a lot of energy off that front end, even though it's very simple. Let's go in on the Death card, because I really want to get into that 10 on the back end. So we'll see. Someone's a little grumpy. It is what it is, right? So let's go in on that Death card. Yeah, I would say watch out for like problems and issues cropping up. So why is Death here for the Capricorns? Okay, 4 cups in the upright. Okay. For some of you, this could be a possible invasive thought. If you are dealing with an individual and you're wondering what they're doing, how they're doing, or what they're thinking, this is someone who's having invasive thoughts where it's like going in circles and circles and circles, like they're in a thought loop here. The 4 of Cups is generally somebody like sitting, waiting. So for some of you, you might be waiting something out. If you're going through a tough time, if things are a little up in the air, you're dealing with some problem situations like we've been seeing. The 4 of Cups clarifying the Death card to me is someone like trying to weather the storm or wait it out. So I feel like those are the 2 main messages we have here. It could also be karmic archetypes. We'll see when we get to that 10. I don't feel like this is someone like planning an ending or anything like that if we were to read it strictly. The main thing to me, and it could be attached to this individual in the front, the thought cycles, the thought loops, like thinking the same thing over and over and over. Because remember, this is a card of cycles, okay? If you have recently had any endings or fallouts with people, that energy is sticking around with them still when I see this card here. But we're just going to keep it simple. Like I said, it's either those thought loops or it's not the nicest energy I'm picking up in the center. But remember, we still have a silver lining in this spread, especially on the back end with the 10 of Pentacles. Let's keep it moving. Then we'll clarify that. Go do a recap before we get into the shadow card. But yeah, this is someone. Let's just keep it going. There's like this little disgruntled energy I'm picking up in the front. Could just be you trying to weather the storm of something as well. For some of you, you might just be minding your own business, right? You might just be in that mode and mindset like, you know what, I don't need anyone else's BS or games. I'm just going to mind my own business. I'm going to stay over here. It's giving me that vibe too. So let's go in on that 10 of Pentacles, see what's up. So why is the 10 here? And remember, once again, this could be someone else's energy. It doesn't have to be yours. For a lot of you, I feel like it is going that way. All right, so the result might be much better than you think it will be, okay? This is something turning out unexpectedly better here on the back end. We have the Hierophant in reverse underneath this 10 of Pentacles. Beautiful. So I'm loving this. It's like we have a little recovery here on the back end in the energy, which is good. So the Hierophant, that's Taurus energy. You might be connected to the Taurus. Generally, this card is very sturdy, very stable, predictable. This is day-to-day life. This is people that have been in our lives a long time. This is like a marriage card or a card of history. Very predictable type of energy. So when it's in reverse, it does give me tower-like energy. So when I see it underneath this 10 of Pentacles, whatever all this stuff is up here, it will clear up. The storm will be weathered and someone will get through it. This feels good to me that it shall pass. Something, a certain situation, remember, if you're going through a problem, an issue, whatever it might be, it will pass and it might turn out better than you think. Because this Hierophant in reverse, yes, it's upheaval, but it's more like a tower to me, like similar to shock. So on this back end, I do have an unexpected winner victory here for a lot of you, where either something you're going through is going to turn out way better than you think it will, or just this 10 of Pentacles wish fulfillment, level up, win, victory, whatever we want to label it, is going to come in very shockingly, very suddenly. So I really like this energy on the back end. So expect the unexpected in a good way. If you're in the midst of something, mayhem, or even if you're bored, this feels like something coming in and shaking it up in a very, very good, positive way. So nice silver lining, especially during your birthday season. We don't want to see all these angry, disgruntled energies. Let's go through and do a quick little recap, then we'll get into the shadow card. I'm liking this. The back end, at least, is very claimable. But if we kindly look in the box before we get into the shadow card, we have the King of Swords with the Three of Swords in the upright. Like I said, this is someone in their feelings about something. They're not the nicest, not the happiest. They're probably cutting themselves off from emotion. Like, listen, I don't want to feel this anymore. This could be someone that's been hurt many times, and they might seem very cold, even though they're not. Another thing I was picking up here, it doesn't feel like someone planning to hurt another person. It's just someone trying to emotionally detach. And I do get that disgruntled, possibly mad or angry type of energy as well. Moving to the center, we have the Death card with the Four of Cups in the upright. Two main messages I was picking up here. One, this could be an individual having thought loops where they're just having invasive thoughts or thinking the same thing over and over and over and over. It's like a record spinning on repeat. Another thing I picked up as well was someone trying to like weather the storm. So if you've been going through situations and problems and whatever it might be, this is someone saying, you know what? I'm just going to take a step back. I'm going to weather this storm. I'll get through it. There's like a patience to it, which I really like. And as we move to the back end, it feels like that patience is going to pay off because we have the 10 of Pentacles with the Hierophant in reverse. Beautiful. Some of you might just be having issues with like your routine being shaken up. I feel this is good on the back though. Once again, unexpected winter victories could be coming in for a lot of you. Whatever situations and problems you're dealing with could have a much better result than you think it will. So I really, really like how that feels on the back. Capricorn, please take a screenshot of that because I feel like there's more messages in there. Let's get you a shadow card. Let's see what's in the shadows for Capricorn. Guys, what's happening? Very interesting layered type of reading. And yes, I always like to pull a shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Doesn't always have to be a challenge. Sometimes these shadow cards can be very good. So let's get you one. Let's see what's in the shadows for Cappy here. Guys. Oh, and yes, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it down in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel and my mission here. Obviously, no pressure, but there's several different tiers to choose from. But yeah, no pressure. Let's get you your shadow card. End this off nice. Okay, thank you. Okay, yeah, we have the Knight of Cups showing up here in the shadows. So this could be something about hidden feelings, hidden emotions. For a portion of you, like Knight of Cups could represent romantic things. So this could be a lover boy if you're not connected to a water sign. But what are some things we think of aside from the romantic aspect of this Knight of Cups, which could be very valid? Some of you, yeah, there might be issues in romance and love right now. When I see the Knight of Cups, I generally think of emotion and communication. So there might be someone you're having difficulties communicating with, or this is a very powerful emotion and feeling that somebody just isn't speaking about and not communicating. In this time, Spirit could be telling a lot of the Capricorns, suppression isn't the best. I always give that advice, but literally when we have a water court card in the shadows, it's like, don't suppress these feelings too much. You need some sort of vent for it. Okay, so very simple, straightforward, to the point, Capricorn. That's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the January subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the December subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced on New Year's Day, January 1st. But for the January subscriber surprise, I'll be giving away 2 copies of the beautiful Tarot of the Owls. Once again, it's one of my favorite new decks out there. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, in the year 2024, what is one of your biggest goals that you were shooting for? If you don't have one, maybe take a second to think about it. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of January, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.